Hey team, welcome to another episode of JD's Super Tasty Recipes. Today we're going to be making a chocolate cake for my brother's 30th birthday. He's currently in New York, so I can't actually give it to him, so I'm just going to tease him a little bit with this video of a delicious chocolate cake. Here's what we've got. Flour, caster sugar, cocoa, baking powder, salt, vegetable oil, 1 egg, vanilla extract, milk, 190 ml of freshly brewed coffee, and then for our chocolate ganache we've got some dark chocolate melts and some thickened cream. Hopefully it's going to be delicious. Here we go. So first thing we're going to do is grease our cake tin, and then we're going to line the bottom with some baking paper so that our cake doesn't get stuck to the pan. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to mix all of our dry ingredients together in our mixing bowl and get them nice and well combined. 1.5 cups of plain flour, 1.5 cups of caster sugar, half a cup of cocoa powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and then give him a stir. Once you've combined all of your dry ingredients, then we're going to add all of the wet ingredients. 1/3 of a cup of vegetable oil, 1 large egg, 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla, 3/4 of a cup of milk. Now give that bad boy a whisk till you get a nice smooth looking batter. And then finally add your 190 ml of coffee and stir to combine. Once you've finished mixing in all of your ingredients, your cake batter should look a little bit different to normal cake batter. This one's nice and thin, but it's pretty glossy, which is exactly what we're going for. Once you get it to that consistency, we're going to pour him into a pan and bang him in the oven. How good? Okay, we're going to whack our cake in a 175 degree oven and bake him for about 50 to 55 minutes. How good. So to add a bit of context for those of you watching at home, the reason I'm baking a chocolate cake for my brother who lives in New York, who obviously can't give said chocolate cake to, I bought him this birthday card that says, "In honor of your birthday, I baked a great big chocolate cake. You would have loved it." So we're making this chocolate cake and we're going to send him a Polaroid of the cake once we finish decorating it, and then also send him the link to this video so he can watch it and then hopefully make it himself.
Hey crew, you've got a guest spot from me because Jaden is currently making a lot of gnocchi, which means he can't test the cake. I have clean hands. Let's see how we did. Pull it out of the oven. Now, I don't know if I'm about to tell you something you already know, team, but when you're testing a cake, pull it out of the oven, have a look at it. I like to give mine a wobble just in case. And then you want to get a clean, dry skewer. You can also use a toothpick, but you don't get as much reach. Stab your cake. If it comes out clean, you're good to go. Obviously, this one still has a ways to go, so I'll chuck it back in. Hey team, it's me again. He's still doing gnocchi, so looks like you're stuck with me. Cake time 2. Oh, it's looking less wobbly this time. We've made progress, I think. Get yourself another skewer and see how we did. Oh, that is spot on, guys. We are good to go.
Let your cake sit in the pan for 20 minutes and you're going to turn him out onto a cooling rack. Now that your chocolate cake has cooled down, it's time to make our ganache to cover it in. We're going for a chocolate ganache, so you need 250 ml of cream, and you need 250 grams of chocolate. We're going to heat the cream up in a saucepan, and then without boiling it or making it simmer, we're going to add the chocolate in and then let it melt through and stir it through. Once it's hot, turn your heat off. Take your chocolate in. Stir it in a little bit. Bang a lid on it. Let it sit for 5 minutes. When your 5 minutes is up, take the lid off, give it a stir. Keep stirring it till you get a nice, smooth, glossy ganache. Once you get your ganache nice and smooth and glossy, we're going to whack that in the fridge for an hour to an hour and a half. Need it to set so that we can spread it on our cake. It should look kind of like Nutella. That's what we're going for. Right, team, once your ganache has turned into a Nutella-like consistency, put it on your cake. Grab a spatula and away we go. Now, as this cake is for my older brother's 30th, we've made some white chocolate ganache as well that we're going to write on top of the cake with. How good? As always, team, it wouldn't be an episode of JD's Super Tasty Recipes without a review from my #1 fan. Let's see how we did.
The pressure's on, guys. It's really moist and delicious and very chocolatey, and the ganache is about an inch thick, which is how I like it. Happy birthday, Sean.
Nailed it once again, team. Happy birthday to my biggest brother in New York. Hope you guys can recreate this one at home too. Thanks for watching JD's Super Tasty Recipes. This one was a piece of cake.